Jim. Today I will be teaching you how to create a profitable trading system. So, most traders fail because they have no repeatable strategy that they have confidence in, and they're essentially gambling and trading on feelings. Emotion and feelings will get you nowhere in trading and essentially nowhere in life. So, to be a profitable trader, you must be a consistent person in real life. So, consistency is key, right? So, we have on the screen right here the entry, stop loss, and exit. Those are the three rules that you need set in stone. So you have no decision making and you just have to follow your system because you know over time it's profitable. And that is the foundation of how you become a profitable trader. So today we'll be going over a daily trend system. So we're going to be using one indicator, which will be a moving average. So this is completely free. Type in moving average in TradingView and you'll get this moving average simple. And we'll be using a 50-day moving average. So take the length. That means the length is how many days it goes over. So 50 days. Close. This is right. Don't deal anything with this. Put it on the chart because we're on the daily. And wait for time frame closes. And that's all we need to do. One thing I like to do is make it a little bit thicker so it's a little bit more visible. And you can change the colors, whatever you want. So this system is a trend following system. So to backtest this, well, first of all, we need our entry. So our entry will be the candle close above or below, above/below the 50-day moving average. All right. And our stop loss will be, let's just say the swing low, which I'll show you what that is. Swing low/high, because you can go short and long. And then our exit will be exactly the same as our entry, right? To keep it very simple. So candle close above or below the 50-day, and that's when we'll exit. All right, so we have our rules right here. All right, and to backtest, we need bar replay mode. So everybody has this for free on the daily. To go lower time frames, you do need to pay, but daily trend systems completely free to backtest. And I will cherry pick, obviously, a perfect setup. So we'll go back here, grab our rules, so we know exactly what we're doing. We'll go to select this bar, and we'll wait for the candle close, which this is the first candle close above. Technically it closed above, but let's just say this one's the first one above this 50-day moving average. So we enter with the position tool up here. It's over here in projection, long position. Press Control to lock onto the body candle, and then swing low, which will be right here. Let's just use the body candle of the swing low, which is the last market structure where the market stops going down essentially. So that's where our stop loss is. And then we enter right there. And then we play it on and wait for price to catch up with the moving average essentially. So you can see, obviously this works because I cherry picked this exact spot, but you can see that we're still in this trade all the way up here. Whoops. Because Bitcoin skyrocketed in 2020. Obviously, this is a really good trade, but this still works in 2025. And we'll just wait for this candle close. Bounces off of it. Okay, right here. So it bounces off of it. There's no candle close, so you're still in the trade. You're still in the trade. Still in the trade. And then boom. As soon as, let's drag this up. As soon as this red candle right here, that's where we exit. Candle closed below it, that's where we exit, okay? And you can see 50R, absolutely insane winner. You risked 1R to get 50R. So let's say 1% to get 50%. That's essentially how it works. And we'll take the measurement tool, and you're in the trade for 190 days, which is a long time to hold a trade, right? But because you know exactly when to close, you have no hesitation, you have no emotions, you don't want to close it early, and then you catch this nice 50R winner, 48R to be exact. But yeah, you're in this for a long time, like half a year, right? Because this was an insane trend from 10K to 55K. So, and then that's when we would exit, right? So, exit exactly where we entered, and boom, plus 50R. So you would preferably take this in a log and put this on like a Google sheet, but for now we're just playing. We'll just do this plus 50R, right? Right here. Okay, put this right here. Can delete this. Okay, and then because it crosses above, we can immediately go short. Maybe just wait one candle, and that one's like kind of on it. Okay, boom. Close below the candle, then we go short. This is exactly how you test it in back testing, and this is how exactly you would take it in live trades because the daily super high time frame, there's no reason why you should miss a candle close. You should know exactly when it closes, and yeah, super easy to follow in real time. So swing high, clearly the all-time high essentially. That's where our stop loss goes. We enter on this candle close, and then we just play it on. And we got a loser because it was also after a really good trend. Oh well, you get a loser, okay? And it's not a full 1 hour loser, so you get essentially, well, it's hard to say, but let's just say minus 0.5R. 0.5R minus. So, you know, you're plus 50 right here, minus 5, you're still in massive profits. And it took how many days? Let's see. 9 days to lose half an hour. Oh well. And then you wait a couple candles. You could immediately go long right there, but then it crosses below. So let's wait for a full body close. Not there, but another one right here, okay? So another full body close. Because it's not exactly good to enter immediately, you know? So just wait for some full bodies. And then we'd go short again. Try our luck again. Go short with the swing high right here. Could use the same, but let's just say it formed a new swing high right there. And then we play this on. And we lost immediately. So minus 1R. And then you track this minus 1R. Minus 1R. And then you just keep going. This is exactly how you test the system. Boom, full body close above it. So we try to go long again with the new swing low right here. Play it on. And close to below it. So we would close the trade, cut it early before we get stopped out, luckily. And it's about half R again, minus half R. So with this system, you're not even taking full 1Rs all the time. Minus 1R. And then this is essentially how you test it. I've already tested this exact system. As you can see, it's profitable, like really profitable, but you'll get into choppy periods right after a huge trend like this. And obviously the bear market has multiple false breaks and false breaks below and above. So you minus one right here, minus one right here, and then you get a nice one right here. Maybe because you would have to actually wait for this. So yeah, that's exactly how you test it in real time. I'm not going to go through 100 of them, but you need about 50 to 100 because it's really high time frame. So you could get away with doing 50 and prove that this is profitable. And so this is just a simple idea with the 50-day moving average and no price action principles, but and that could add a little bit more strength essentially to the system if you added a price action principle. But this is essentially the idea, guys. So you create a system with rules like this, and this takes out all the emotions. So you have no decision making. You just have to execute exactly to your system, and you can take this with lower time frames. I wouldn't. Well, you definitely would want a nice weekly or monthly for, let's say, a spot position for your main portfolio to get in and out. So so you could sell near the top and then buy near the bottom essentially with your portfolio. And that's essentially how you create a system. And what else do we need? So yeah, backtesting essentially proves that it was profitable in the past. So then there's a high probability that it's profitable in the future because everything's not certain, markets change. So you will need to adapt and evolve, but you can easily take something like this and prove it was profitable in the past. So then you have a high likelihood of being profitable in the system or in the future. It's not about being right all the time, right? Because you can be wrong 3 times in a row, but once you get this plus 50R or plus 10, whatever it would be, if you keep going on, you still over time are unprofitable. And I didn't make this up. I didn't make backtesting up. I didn't. This is not a brand new concept. I'm not a genius for figuring this out. This is just how I got taught by multimillionaires in the real world. That's where I learned through boot camp, and that's where you can collect all the resources and you can add price action principles to make it higher strength essentially. The one thing about the real world is it's not a signals group, it's not like a Telegram group where it gives you signals, go long here, go short here. The real world teaches you exactly how to create your own systems so you can have conviction and confidence in yourself, because as a trader, you're making the decisions. You cannot rely on somebody else for your decisions as a trader. It's like giving your money to a financial advisor and he's just doing the bare minimum with your money just to make you a little bit of profit, but then keeping most of it for himself because he knows exactly what he's doing. And that's what you're trying to be here. You're trying to be your own financial advisor, you're trying to be your own trader, and you're trying to make all the profit essentially. Minus fees, there is fees, but when you get plus 50R, you're probably not paying anywhere close to 1R in fees. And fees are minimal on super high time frame trends. So that's nothing you need to worry about for a daily trending system like this. If you want to join the real world to learn exactly what I got taught, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. And that's essentially it. There's essentially nothing else I need to tell you guys on how to create a system because you can take anything. You can take any indicator, create rules just like this, and you can and run it through backtesting. And I do have a Google Sheets for backtesting, but I cannot share that with you because it's not mine. I got it through the real world. So if you actually want access to that, you must join the real world to get a higher level of education because I can only teach you the bare fundamentals and I can only teach you what I have created essentially. So yeah, just like I said before, that's it. Join the real world, subscribe to my channel, but the real world will teach you how you don't need channels like mine to teach you the fundamentals over and over again because you yourself will learn the fundamentals and then evolve and build your own systems off of that. And that's going to do it. There's nothing else I need to show you. So peace out, GM. See you guys in the next one.